I'm Jonas.
I'm TNT Don. I'm Mike the Explosive One, and we have our guest. One more day on the couch. One more day in our mouth. One more. I don't like the way that came out.
Hold on, crazy. Wait a minute. I was about to say if my back was sore and not from the couch, but I don't think I'm going to say that anymore.
From carrying the podcast all week?
That's what it is.
Damn.
I got a Theragun under the table if you need to use it.
You need to work out that tight back?
One of those Theraguns, you know, they like.
I don't want anything that vibrates from you, my man.
Excuse me?
I love you, but I'm good.
All right. So, are y'all familiar? Yesterday we were talking about mental health struggles. A man with mental health struggles.
Hold on a second. TNT just handed me something.
Nobody can hear that.
I think you can hear it.
Anyway, so
it's a vibrator.
There was a former NFL player, 36-year-old. His name was Doug Martin. He was a pretty good NFL player for a few years when he was in the league.
Doug Martin.
He about a week ago, at 4:15 a.m. he broke into his neighbor's house while he was overwhelmed and disoriented, in quotes, during a mental health crisis. The police responded to a break-in. They detained him after a brief struggle. He didn't have any weapons, and then he became unresponsive and ended up dying while he was in police custody.
The hell, man?
Who is this again?
A 36-year-old NFL player named
Current
Doug.
NFL player or former?
No, Doug. He was drafted in, I don't know, like the mid-2000s, I think. I don't know. But anyways, so
it's a CTE case then.
Well, basically, it said the autopsy results are pending. They preserved it for CTE testing.
How is this funny?
I don't know.
Because it's like, even the way you're describing it sounds mad shady. Like he became unresponsive. The fuck you mean he became?
You beat him over the head 50 times at that club. He did.
Nobody just becomes unresponsive.
That's what he just like walking, just falls over.
Yeah, like everything before he becomes unresponsive was so clearly dictated.
I beat the shit out of this guy, and he became unresponsive. I don't know what happened.
No, but they left that the beat the shit out of the guy was redacted.
Right. That's right.
Okay, he became unresponsive, and
it says that he had bipolar disorder, and it was worsened by post-concussion syndrome.
Blaming the victim.
From
I feel
his
you.
NFL hits, and it said a few days prior he alerted. They sought medical aid, and then it just escalated. So
I can promise you this.
Here we go.
If you break into my house at 2 a.m, you're going to become unresponsive as well.
I mean, yes, obviously.
Something else probably happened. He became unresponsive because of that thing.
I mean, but
especially if you're a buffed up like former NFL player who's not a small dude coming in my house.
But fair enough. And like I said, you got to be.
There's some lead coming your way in the near future.
You got to be a little insane to be an NFL player.
Yep.
Might have been a CTE case.
Probably.
But the whole like having transparency, it just feels like it's not being really given.
Feels shady.
Yeah, just be real. So the dude charged the cops, maybe, and they took action.
Yep.
And then we can decide whether or not what happened was warranted or not.
Yeah,
maybe you were just scared because you saw a 300-pound dude running at you.
What position do you play?
He was a running back.
He's a running back.
So
okay.
it could have been a case of stop resisting, and then he ended up.
They made him stop resisting,
and now they're like, oh no, we followed protocol after we beat the shit out of him and hit him in the head with our flashlight. And
it could have been that, or they could have just opened fire. Don't rush at us,
no,
dude. You're huge.
He wasn't shot.
He wasn't shot?
No, he was not shot.
Then how the fuck did he become
I just literally said there was no weapons involved in this.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that.
Yeah, he just became unresponsive like that.
Yeah. When you take a billy club to the head, you become unresponsive.
Become unresponsive. They even carry billy clubs. They carry those extendo batons.
Extended batons. Yeah,
those things are wild.
Yeah.
Those are wild.
And they're heavy too.
Yeah, they're wild as hell. So I know.
I've never taken one. I have
never we've all encountered probably I know downtown Austin for sure like a homeless person that you can tell has something wrong mentally with them, right? Have any of you ever had a person that you've had to deal with, not just in a random encounter, that had something like bipolar or something that just you knew they were not okay, and it's how do you handle that?
Besides my ex-wife?
And yours, Jonas.
Wow.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
Is it though?
No. It is.
I learned a lot from that woman, and we spent a lot of nice time together.
I'm sure you did. I wish I could say the same.
Sure, you did.
So sorry. What was your question? Was have
No,
I ever
have you-
had to deal
yeah,
with somebody like? Are you talking about like deal with them, like Billy Club to the head, deal with them, or just like
Jesus Christ.
like have to
no,
deal? Just,
not have you assaulted someone till they died.
no,
No,
I had to
that's
deal
not
with
assault,
them.
that's
It's not
self-defense.
assault. It's dealing.
But like when you have someone that you are interacting with, like, I mean, it doesn't have to be something as severe as like this, but like I've had people in my life that were like extremely emotionally volatile and would act out, and it's like you're trying to like handle them, but you know that like, or like I have family, I have like an autistic cousin who just would like fly off the handle sometimes, and you're like, shit, man, like how do we wrangle them in? Like it's hard to deal with that because you with unpredictability, right?
So I can say this. The answer to your question is no. I can't think of any time where I've had to deal with it, but I did. So I went through a time where we were, my ex and I were looking at fostering children,
Okay.
like being a foster care.
Okay.
And
That's dangerous.
and it is. And part of that training is how to deal with people, like how to not hurt them, but also contain somebody. Like, so I went through a training about that. And it was interesting to talk about, it's like this kid's spiraling. It's not because, they're having a mental crisis.
Yeah.
They're not violent because they're trying to hurt you. They're violent because they're having so you have to deal with that issue, right? And that it's a different, I guess paradigm to look at.
Well, it's why
the
they say
situation.
like you shouldn't send the police if someone's having a mental health crisis because you can't treat them like a criminal because they're not being a criminal, they're having a crisis.
Right.
You need like a mental health professional to talk them down, not use force on them.
Agreed. Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all, and I think that's a big problem we have is we have all this, but we also have a lot more mental health crises running around we let go long enough to become immediate dangers to society. So you send the cops, and the cops have a limited amount of resources for which
Their
to deal
training
with
is
those.
tackle,
incapacitate, stop the threat.
Now there are other departments that are trained to deal with those type of mental health.
Yeah, but they have
crises.
3 guys working at it, right? And or three.
There's peace
Three
officers.
Yeah, they're like 3 social work majors.
So should there be more, I guess, more dedicated furniture to those aspects? Because a lot of times that's just the issue.
Well,
but we're so quick to prosecute the crime involved.
absolutely there should be. But the problem is you have to fund all of it, including a place to put them.
Right.
And the only place we have right now is jail. We mentioned this the other day talking about Yeezy. If there were still institutions, like there used to be places to put people that weren't jail. And we closed all those because we said it wasn't right. As a society, we decided that wasn't the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Maybe we swung a little too far on that. I would argue that. I would say maybe we do need a place to put these folks. That's not jail, because we talked about Diddy getting beat up in jail. We don't need them there. Like, that's not a safe place for them either. There needs to be something else. I don't know, kind of like an institution.
Yeah, well, because you see people who are good people go to jail and become criminals.
100%.
They get put in jail because there's nowhere else to put them, because they get caught up doing something bad because they have mental health crisis, and then they learn how to be a criminal in jail.
Yeah, because it's like now you've taken away any other hope they had of ever being anything else, and you've put them around people that can only teach them how to do bad things. And the whole system is screwed up, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
And it's a mess, and I realize that. I'm not.
What about you, TNT? What's your experience?
I mean, I've definitely encountered it. I've encountered families who have special needs children. And in one of the neighborhoods where I grew up, there was a special needs dad and a deaf child in my neighborhood. And he didn't really interact with us a whole lot, but I do remember having some interactions with him. And I don't know, I'm always kind of like, I've always had like some empathy towards that type of person. So I don't know, I was cool with him. But, it's hard to communicate, I guess, to a certain extent. But I've encountered a lot of families who have done the whole foster care thing. And that's an interesting aspect, man. I find that, to be honest, a lot of those families have to deal with a certain degree of regret.
I can absolutely see that. You're not wrong.
Yeah, but it's so sad to see, you know, those kids who do need some permanent homes and like and family, and some of them can turn out to be great kids. So I'm not trying to detour anybody from it, but it is an undertaking, 100%.
So yeah, but all right, man. Yeah, it's mental health crisis is real out here. So don't just judge somebody if they act a little off.
Somebody adopt me, goddamn it.
I'll get adopted.
Yeah, if somebody want to adopt me, Bill Bezos, what's his name? Bill
Jeff,
Bill Gates,
Bilbo Bezos. Yeah,
Bill
man.
Gates Bezos,
Bilbo Baggins, what?
Bilbo
Musk.
Bezos. So all right, but anyways, that's all the time we have for today's episode. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for coming, Mr. X.
Been good to be here,
For Jonas.
TNT, and
Mr. X.
We out.
yay.